Hi, I'm Steve. I'm 23-year-old climate change activist and a policy advocate to the United Nations. I came to Canada in second semester grade 9, and of course I didn't have any friends at the time. And this guy came up to me and said, "Do you want to join a competition through UNICEF to go to the G8 summit?" And I thought, I don't have any friends, and I heard this guy is a very smart guy, so I wanted to hang out with him. So I said, sure, I'll join the project. And and one thing led to another. I represented the Canadian youth at the G8 summit back in 2009. And one of the topics that were discussed at the time was climate change. And I came back from the summit being more aware of the understanding of the reality of climate crisis, how it's such an urgent issue and very complex issue. I did more research, I learned more about it, and the more I learned about it, I had this urge to really share that with my friends because they should know about this as well. So I started going to elementary schools and high schools, sharing about what it is that I know about climate change and my experience through UNICEF at the G8 Summit. That experience opened more doors for me in policy advocacy and doing more political engagement. So a few years fast forward, in 2012, there was a Rio+20 UN conference on sustainable development. And it was held at Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. And I went there thinking, I get to fly to another country, and how cool is that? Then I saw this huge presence of civil society, of NGOs, activists, and local volunteers who are there demanding action for climate change and for sustainable future. And that's where I understood that I've been flying around doing all kinds of policy work because it was self-glorifying, not because it was really the best thing that I could contribute to solving the problem. So I remember sitting at the airport, coming back to Canada, crying in the airport, really reflecting, what is it that I'm really contributing to solve this issue? What is the best thing that I can do here? And the best thing I could do, and the best thing that I enjoy doing, was engaging my friends about it. Talking to my friends in high schools and universities and letting them know the reality of climate change and how we can together solve the issue effectively in the local ground, because the real change happens from person to person, just like you and me talking right now, from families, from communities, and that's where real change happens. And that's what I was missing out on. So that's what really led me to care about climate change and really bring solutions from the bottom up, from the local communities. At Rio+20, when the policymakers got together, it was really a 20th year anniversary of the 1992 Earth Summit. And they together regretted that they did not prioritize investing in youth and youth education back in 1992, because they said this problem is so urgent, it's so severe, that we have to solve it right now. But 20 years later, at Rio+20 in 2012, they said only if we invested in youth back 20 years ago, the problem wouldn't be this big right now. And that's what really opened my eyes to see the seriousness and the importance in youth engagement and youth investment for the brighter future, so that we can raise the leaders today.